Hi. So another kind of soup that we haven't made so far. It is black bean soup. Now, I didn't always like black bean soup, but I do now. And my husband especially likes it. He used to get it all the time, like as a cup of soup at a Mexican type restaurant. And I'd taste it, and I guess that's how I grew to like it. So that's what we're gonna make today. Now, I do use dried beans for like ham and bean soup, or I use dried peas or dried lentils and that kind of thing. But you know, this site is about fast and easy, and ding, ding, it checks both of those boxes, right? So we're gonna use, you ready? Canned black beans. Make sure you rinse them. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, so I'm gonna point towards the stove. And here we go. Making fast black bean soup from the cans, 2 cans, not the dried beans today. You can use them. You follow the instructions on the label. Make sure you rinse these in a colander, in a sculabasta. Okay, just rinse them off. I started some onion, and I had a little bit of scallion, or excuse me, shallot, not scallion. Okay, and I just used some olive oil, and I'm sauteing them. Now I like these to be cooked pretty much all the way through, because as you'll see, when I do the rest of this soup, it comes together so fast, these onions wouldn't have a chance to actually cook through. So we're going to get them translucent, to use the fancy word, clear. How about that for a good word? And tender. All right, they smell delicious. And I realized that, where is it? Oh yeah, I had a little bit of carrot left from yesterday. Remember I used this little tool to scrape. Look at how cute these are. Look at that. You can use them in salads. I put them in my broccoli soup like that too. They almost disintegrate. So our onions are just about done. Oh, there's a little bit of garlic in there too. I had 1 clove that I had grated a little bit, but not the whole thing. I don't want a ton in here. You know, the prominent flavors are going to be, can you see that? I have to do this. Are going to be like cumin and a few other things. So, okay. So let's get this going. Oh, see what I forgot? Ugh. Very good. No, I don't have any. Wouldn't you hold everything? Just when I think I'm so smart and remember everything, I don't remember everything. So let me turn on the hot water here. Dummy me. Hold everything. I gotta get a bunch of hot water. Silly girl that I am. I forgot I'm gonna need a little bit of broth. Now you could just use water, but I like to put a little bit of that chicken, better than bouillon. Here, I'm gonna reach over and get it, show you. Better than bouillon chicken. There's different flavors of that. It's really good. So I'm gonna put that in now because my onions are pretty well cooked, okay? Put that in as much as you like. Oops, I'm extinguishing most of my fire. That wouldn't be good. Okay, the hurrier I go, the behinder I get. Do you ever hear that? That's me today, right? So, it's easy peasy now. All you're going to do is add your drained and rinsed black beans in. Okay, put those in. There we go. I also, now you don't have to do this, okay? But I like how much cumin is in the can of chili beans, but only the brand from Aldi is the one I like. This is so good like this. And I'm not going to drain these. So I'm going to just put these straight in. So, most times I do just use the black beans, but I really have very little cumin. Okay, and I put the cumin in here already. I just stirred it around. So I mean, and that's your main spice with a lot of Mexicali items, okay? Now, next, you can use plain salsa. See, this is an easy recipe. You can use a product like Rotel or the off brand of this. I mean, everything's in there, you know, tomatoes, green chilies, and cumin and whatnot. I'm going to just use a little bit of this salsa and put a couple tablespoons in. Don't think yuck. You haven't tried my black bean soup now, have you? So let's see, maybe 1, 2, 3 of these. Okay. At this point, I'm going to take an immersion blender or a stick blender, one of these. Okay. And we're going to go, this is able to go right down into a hot pot. Just don't bring it out while it's working, okay? I'm going to zap the beans. I'm going to just kind of pulse them, see where we are with things. There we go, get it going. Do you like to have a little bit of bean showing? Don't blend it all the way. I know with asparagus soup, I like to see little chunks. And broccoli soup, Thane likes to see little bits of broccoli instead of just smooth like a consommé. That is about how we like it. See how it's still sticking on the ends? These things pop off and go right, this section, right into the dishwasher. If you don't have one, look for one at an estate sale or yard sale or buy one because they're really nice. Oh, and if you don't have one, here, let's see. Yeah, and let me get a spoon. Okay. You can always use something like this, like a potato masher or my handy dandy hamburger smasher upper. I think that's the official name. No, kidding. I am going to put the links back up. People ask me where did I get certain gadgets, like this little guy. I might do that later today. You know how you go to the albums and you can find savory recipes and the baking ones and then the recipe cards. See, I want you to see this. Can you see this? I'm probably going to drip coming up to the camera, but I want to do it. Can you see? So I left a little bit of bits. Now, it's not spiced all the way, so we're going to try that. But anyway, I might make another album section with my favorite things because you guys ask me that stuff independently, and I love that you do, but then I answer individual, and I know people have asked me probably more for the scallion shredder than like anything. I'm going to taste this. That's good as it is. Very good. Okay. Do you want to add smoked paprika? See, this is a your own taste gig now. You want to add a little chili powder. I wouldn't do too much of this because the cumin should be your dominant flavor. And another thing I'm going to do is I am going to add a little bit more of this. You won't even know this is what's in it. Like, hey, is there salsa in there? You won't even know. It just takes place of the tomato and whatnot. Now, when you serve this, honestly, that's how fast it came together. When you serve this, and you can make it thicker, just add another thing of beans or not so much broth. Duh, right? What you do is you can put it in a pretty little crock or something, but you can add cheddar cheese to top it off, a little dollop of sour cream and some scallions on top. Wouldn't that be pretty? And yeah, you can use your fresh tomatoes instead of the salsa. You know, some peppers and whatnot. Saute them first though. But basically, that's your black bean soup. How do you make yours? I like when you guys comment. You comment to me inbox wise. I like for you to comment right on the thing. Did you learn anything? First of all, it's always fun. You know what? Is this too thin? Should I add one more can of beans and zap them? I don't know. I don't think I like it too thick. You can always put croutons on top or oyster crackers or something. It makes things thicker. So, yeah, I might add another can of beans. We'll see. All right. There you go. Black bean soup.